All attendees are in listen-only mode.
Hi ladies, good evening. Thank you for joining me on the March 3rd Winnie and Kat Independent Stylist webinar. Woo! It's a little bit different in the evening because in the morning when I do the webinar, I've got the home office here. So we've got some effects and some cheering on. So I want to ask everybody who's on the call, first I want to thank you for being here on the call, and I'm going to ask each of you to just type something in, type in a question. Oh, thank you, Catherine. Thank you. It's my birthday today. I appreciate that. If everyone can just type something in the question box. Let me know you're there. Let me know that you can hear me. And during the call as well, if you have any questions, type them in, and I'll certainly answer whatever I can during the call or afterwards. So thank you everyone for joining me. This is going to be an informative call. I wanted to go over the compensation plan. Now, one thing about the Winnie and Kat compensation plan is it's a big plan, and there's a lot to it, and don't feel like you have to understand the entire thing all at once. It takes time to learn it, and you learn it as you move up the career path. When I first started the company, I hired someone to create, let me just find the beginning slide here, to create our compensation plan. And there's a few different options in direct sales, and there's some companies that are known for writing compensation plans. And I was told that the gentleman who wrote it, his name is Dan Jensen, and that he is really the ultimate compensation plan designer. So I believe that we have a plan that is it's written so that it rewards the independent stylist. It rewards you on the actions that are going to make your business successful, and it also is achievable. So you're here for a reason, and you joined at the right time. It's an incredible time for us, and it's going to take time. It's going to be a journey, and we're going to do it together, and we're going to keep on growing. And I want you to think about where you're going to be and where you want to go with the company. So first, early on in the company, now that we are, personal sales is really where you have control right now. Right? It's the easiest thing that you can control in your first 3 months. We talked about the new Fresh Start program last week, and that's all there for you in the Stylist Forum and the Stylist Weekly and in the Getting Started Resources section in the forum. So make sure you get to know the forum. The forms are there. You also got it in your kit. You may have gotten a Fast Start. We have the previous plan was our Fast Start plan, and we just introduced the new Fresh Start program. Fresh Start, you can start it when you want to. You start it within 30 days of joining. But if you've been a stylist for a while, you joined earlier, you can also take advantage of the Fresh Start. And you can contact me to decide to determine when your start date is. The worksheet is on the forum, and that's something that you can control yourself and fill out yourself as you go to the Fresh Start. So personal sales in your first 3 months, that's not only is it going to get you commission right away, get back your investment on your business supplies, on your kit, on your samples, it's also through trunk shows going to build your business for a long, successful future. You can earn up to 30% on your personal sales. On the next slide, we're going to give some examples of earnings. The joy of 6. The more you book, the more you sell, the more you build. So our average trunk show is $1,100 in sales. That's across the country, so some are lower, some are higher. A qualifying trunk show is $400. So if you can think about it and go back to your 72-hour meeting, if you haven't done it recently, list out take out your calendar and figure out when you're going to do your shows. So think about, you can do the trunk show math and what you want, what you need as far as income. Maybe it's to pay off, maybe it's to pay off a credit card bill, you need an extra $200 a month, maybe it's an extra $1,000 a month, and stylists are earning right now about up to $1,500 a month. So you think about what you want and what your goals are, and by doing trunk show math, that's something that you can achieve and that you can really understand. And that's before building a team, the examples that I gave you. These are some personal sales earnings examples. Okay, so based on your weekly trunk shows with an average, so if one show, $1,100, you might need 2 shows to get there, or it might just take one and you might have a $2,000 show. But these are based on averages. And also additional retail sales, the one-on-one sales, the repeat customers, the customers you call after a show who have put a note on their wish list that they wanted the longest wrap shawl but didn't buy it at the time. Then you can follow up with them and ask them for future purchases. You can also do one-on-one showings, which are great, and those can turn into a trunk show as well. So assuming a little bit of additional sales, these are some examples of the annual income that you can get from personal sales. So is 3 shows a week a lot? Is 5 shows a week a lot? Yeah, you bet you it is. It's a lot. But you know what? So is $86,000 a year. So this is how you can build quickly based on just your personal sales. So one-on-one means, I got the question, what does one-on-one mean? So when you have a trunk show is qualified by $400 in sales. So it's typically when you have a hostess and take time to go through the stylist forum and go through the 6 weeks to success plan for more information on trunk shows. But it's really, that's when you have a hostess who earns free clothes, who invites her friends. One-on-one is when you have a friend who's interested in the clothing, and then you might go to her house and show her the collection. And actually sometimes those can be great sales, because it's usually, when you get that undivided attention and she can try everything on. So that's what I mean by one-on-one. I know we've had some stylists who signed up. I remember once Ellen called me and said, oh, guess what? Someone just called me. She wants to see the clothes, and she ended up, that was EDA, and she ended up joining that very next day and bought quite a nice wardrobe as well. So that's what one-on-one means. So this is an example of how you can just really build your personal sales. And I also think about once you sell $3,000 a month, you become a power seller. So I'm going to use the example again of Ellen, and Ellen has been with the company for 10 months, and she was in the company for 10 months in 2013, and in those 10 months she was a power seller 7 out of the 10 months. And one of the things that really struck me was before Christmas, after Christmas sales were slow the last 2 weeks in December, and Ellen made sure that she hit her quota the first 2 weeks in December. So this is something that you can really look at when you're setting your goals and decide how you want to achieve your personal sales. Now you're going to sponsor a team to dramatically increase your earnings, and this is going to take time, and we're going to talk about this a little more. But as you sponsor, and these are examples of, and I'm only going up to the manager phase. There's phases, there's the director phases after manager phase. So you'll notice I'm teaching the compensation plan in bits. You can't, and when somebody asks you about the compensation plan, teach them in kind of small pieces, because it's a lot to take in. It's a lot to kind of wrap your mind around. But you can see going up to the manager phase. Now take a look at group manager. Group manager is where you want to be, and also where you want to build below you to get, I like this new drawing tool that not new to me, but group manager is where you want to get to belong in the Founders Club. The founder, and we're going to talk more about founders in a little bit, but to become a founder, you're going to be a director 2, and a director 2 has 2 group manager legs. So you'll see a group manager has $1,000 in personal volume, 4 active legs, and 2 of the legs are stylist 3. Stylist 3 is $600 in personal volume, 2 active legs, and then there's also group volume requirements too. You'll find that the volume requirements really kind of fall in line once you have your team in place. So really it's getting, a lot of it is getting your team in place, and Winnie and Kat reward stylists based on not only building wide, which means having a lot of people frontline to you, direct to you, but also building deep. And some companies only pay on those people who you personally sponsor. So when you're talking to other people in other companies about the compensation plan, that's something that's unique. That's something that's different about Winnie and Kat, is that we pay based on building deep as well, which is really important in a new company. Something that is going to help you to make some good money. So, recruiting and building managers bonuses, and this is an example of how your commission increases as you build your team. So as you're doing your personal sales, and that's another reason why it's so important to have those 6 shows on the books, you're going to want your team to do the same. So everyone here, everyone on this call has the potential to be an outstanding leader with the company. Everybody, no matter if you're, I believe right now we're up to 7 levels down, okay? Everybody has the potential and has the, and I can work with you as well. I'm looking for leaders who are going to build the business. And up until last month, home office leads were given to stylists who were active. And now I'm stepping that up because I need leaders to build with me, and I'm going to give home office leads to the stylists who have the shows on the books, who have completed your 72-hour meeting. And when I know, because these leads they're very they're golden, and this is what's going to help us build the business. So knowing that independent stylist who's coming in is going to be paired with the stylist who can really help her to build. And I think Carrie, if you it looks like you raised your hand, but I don't see, if you have a question, if you can type it into the question box, then I'll be able to read that and give you an answer. So you can see here on this recruiting and building managers bonus how much you can really expand by building managers and building stylists who get promotions underneath you. And that is one thing with Winnie and Kat, is we are doing so well. And I talk to other owners of direct sales companies. I read a lot about the direct sales industry, and we are doing phenomenally great, and we're also building leaders who are getting promotions. I wanted to congratulate Lori Miller, got a promotion this month, and very happy for you, Lori. So you can see here that as you build, first of all, when you sell $400, that means that you're active, okay? That's an active stylist. In order to get paid on your downline, you need to be active, okay? So this S right here is a stylist in good standing. You're going to get paid commission on your personal sales regardless. So like if you sell $100, you're going to get $25. The minimum to sell to get commission is $10. I mean, the minimum commission check that we can send is $10 that the system generates. But so this is in your downline's fast start. You get rewarded because the compensation plan motivates, it rewards for the actions that are going to make you successful. It's really important that you help your team build during their first 90 days, okay? And that's why I did the Fresh Start, because there's so much excitement with the Zuma Sunset Collection. We're still such a new company. I want everyone to have a fresh start. I want you to feel like it's your first 90 days. So for those of you who have been with the company for a while, get with me and we can plan your date for the beginning of your fresh start so that you can earn that free product and the Gucci tote or the MacBook. So let your upline know if you need more information on that. And I would love to tell you about it too. But you can see as you build up, as you go up the path, Stylist 2, Stylist 3, how much more you're getting paid on your downline. When you become a Stylist 3, that means that you have $600 in personal volume and 2 active legs, okay? Then look at this. You're getting paid on your first level 6%, your second level 2%. But not only that, during your first level's first 90 days, you're getting that extra 5%. So you're getting 11% on that person's volume. And volume is 75% of retail. You're always paid your personal commission on your 100% on your retail, and you're paid on your downline based on that 75%, which is wholesale. There's also an advancement bonus. If you promote to Stylist 3 within your first 90 days, then you get either a $150 cash bonus or $250 in product. You'll notice here too there's a group manager bonus, and when you get promoted to group manager, you get a bonus, a $500 bonus. Not only that, we have a group manager matching bonus. So you're rewarded to build leaders underneath you. So when you're a group manager or above and you build a group manager, you're going to get that $500 too. But you can see, and that's where you get paid all the way down. So you can see here how that can work for you. Okay, and then we're going to move on to the next slide. Are there any questions before we move on? You can type them in too. I can always go back. And I just want to give an example now of what a leg is. Okay, so let me show you what it means to have a leg. Okay, so say this is, let's see, who is this? This is Rosie. Okay. Oh, that didn't work out so well, did it? Okay, so Rosie's got, she's been building, and she's got 4 frontline people right underneath her. And then she's got, let's see, over here, a couple people here. Okay, then maybe here. Okay, here. And then, let's see, so I'm sure you get the picture. Okay, so each of these is a leg. Okay, this is a leg. Okay, this is a leg. So you get all 4 of the, so Rosie has, how many legs does Rosie have? Type it in the questions, please. I want to make sure you're paying attention. Yay! Rosie has 4 legs. Just making sure you're out there. Right, Rosie has 4 legs, okay? And it doesn't matter where the stylists are in her legs to qualify for her promotion. So like say this is Jennifer, and Jennifer's active. Jennifer sold $400. Then this is an active leg, even if the people above her are not. Okay, so that's how a leg works. And when you have the important thing about being paid all the way down is no matter where group managers are. So say that say this is Cindy, and Cindy becomes a group manager. Okay, so here's a group manager here. That counts. Even though the group manager is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 levels down, this group manager, Cindy, is still going to count to qualify Rosie to be in the Founders Club. So the point of that all is to build deep. Now, another example I want to show you on this next slide is this is Lori. And this is what Lori's organization looks like right now. Lori joined in November, so she's been here for 4 months. Okay, and I think it's important to note that Lori joined in November because November, the end of December and January are slow months. They're slow in direct sales. In December, the retail shops are huge, and we did great beginning of December, but sales slow down after Christmas, also right around Christmas when everyone's running out to the malls. And then January, there's sales, and we did a sale, but it's really traditionally a slow month for direct sales. So what Lori did during this time is she built up her team, and she's got everyone positioned right now, and she's actually, you'll notice, Lori's got herself strategically positioned to become a group manager once her teammates become active and start gaining in their sales. And she already had that one promotion today. And so it's really, it's a great idea to understand. You don't need to understand every level. You don't need to know the details right now on becoming a dream leader, okay? But you do need to know 2 or 3 levels above you. You want to understand that so that you can understand your goal and how you're going to get there. And I wanted to mention too that Lori, and you'll notice here, because now in order to become a group manager, Lori needs 4 active legs, okay? So for half of her legs to be active, because Lori has how many legs? 7. Yay! So not quite half, but Lori needs 4 of these legs to be active. Okay, so let me ask you another question. Okay, let's see. Here's the active stylus. How many active legs does Lori have? No. Yes. Okay, come on everybody else. If you're there, if you're at your computer, Catherine is so far getting the interactive award. Who else can tell me how many active legs Lori has? All right, yes, Lori has 3 active legs, because this leg here, that's one leg that's active. Okay, so what Lori needs to happen right now, but Lori is going to keep on building, and she's going to keep on building wide, because we know that sometimes people don't become active. We know that women join and they don't, and they decide it's not for them. There's lots of different reasons why people fall off or don't join, and our numbers are really good, and our retention is really great, and we have something that is really, really special. But you have to keep on, you've got to keep on building and build wide. So this is how Lori, I'm going to explain to you how Lori qualifies as a group manager, because she doesn't qualify yet. So let me show you what will happen, what needs to happen with this existing structure for Lori to become a group manager. Okay, so Lori needs to sell $1,000. Okay, that's easy peasy. Okay. Lori needs to, 4 of these legs need to be active. 2 of these legs need to be stylus 3s. Okay, and a stylus 3, a stylus 3 needs 2 active legs. So that means Lori needs 2 stylus 3s, and Lori is not going to sit and necessarily count on these legs to become her stylus 3s. Lori is going to continue to help building. She's going to continue to bring on more women. She's going to continue to help her team build. And even if, say, this person's down here and then down here, you might have a stylus 3 here, and that counts as a stylus 3 leg. So Lori needs 4 active legs and 2 stylus 3 legs to become a group manager. In order to become a founder, which we're going to go to the next slide, I'm probably going to go just a couple minutes after 6:30, but I'm going to try to finish before there. But becoming a founder, independent stylists who are paid as Director 2 or higher. Now, a Director 2, that's where you qualify as a group manager that we just talked about, and then you have 2 group manager legs below you, okay? That's how you get to be in the Founders Club. The amount of the pool, so basically the way that the Founders Club works is that we take 10% of the difference between the old quarterly commissionable volume and the new QCV, and we split that amongst the founders. So here's an example. Okay, so say it's 2019, and you know I'm big on projecting where you want to be. I'm big on those goals and seeing where it is. And one of my movies that I play in my head is when we're $100 million company, and we're all together. We might be at our trip, our incentive trip in the Caribbean. That's one of the movies that I play in my head, and we're looking at each other and we're saying, remember that call, and remember when you said this, and I think about that. That's the movie in my head. So you might want to think about this, and you might want to think about getting your check, getting your founder's check each quarter, because this is an example. So say that quarter over quarter is 25 million over 20 million, so it's a $5 million jump, and that's $500,000. That's supposed to be a comma, is divided between the founders. And I can tell you there are not going to be a lot of founders. I can tell you also that those of you who really work it have just as much chance as anyone of becoming a founder, and that the compensation plan is written so that this can happen. So you have an entire year to get there, and $500,000 per quarter to be divided between the founders. So think about that, and think about how much that could mean. And that's just on top of everything else. That's on top of your team sales. So this is really, the Founders Club is written as an incentive to help to build the company and to grow the company. So it's very entrepreneurial to be here when we're less than 200 independent stylists, and you've taken a jump, and you've joined, and you're an early joiner. And so the Founders Club is meant to incentivize you to build now, and then as long as you are with the company throughout the life of the company, as long as you're with the company and you are at a paid as title of Director 2, you qualify for the Founders level. So there's two different titles. There's your paid as title and your career title, and as long as you meet the requirements, then you're paid as a founder. So what is your dream? Where do you want to be? Where will you be? And what will you be doing 10 years from today if you keep doing what you're doing now? And I want you to all think about that tonight. Think about what the answer is. And it might be, wow, I need to change some things because I don't want to be where that looks. Or it might be, you know what? If I keep doing this, because some of this is, there's some monotony, and it's a lot of a numbers game, and there's a lot of no's, and there's a lot of, this is not easy, but you can look at other companies and whatever it takes. And sometimes I talk about the book about Pampered Chef when they first started, and we're a lot like that. Doris Christopher started the company in her basement and started with a few kitchen consultants and had similar challenges, and just as they went along, and reading that book really helps me to identify. And then you read about one of their kitchen consultants who was at 20 levels down, who's now a millionaire, and it's just because they stayed consistent. So I am one of the most tenacious, persistent people. If you're new to the company, you will get to know that, because I am resilient. And if you've seen my story and my sizzle video, you know this. And that is, I don't know why I'm built like that, but take it, learn from that, and make yourself resilient. I want to build leaders. And what that means is I want to help women who are all over the country, who might not have, you might not be able to envision. And that's why I made the Gucci bag the Fresh Start Reward, because I want you to dream big, and that's a symbol. That Gucci bag is a symbol of something that's, it's luxury, and it's something I want you to be able to have your dreams on your own terms. No matter how great your life is, no matter how what a wonderful relationship you have, I want you to think about you and how it's going to feel when you get there. So you've already taken the first step and you're on the call. That is so important. Move forward until you get there. And like this slide says, if your dreams don't scare you, they're not big enough. See yourself in the dream. People do it. They make it. That's the American dream, and I can tell you, and I live in the middle of it. I live in Malibu, California, and some of you are going to come next weekend, and you're going to see the American dream, and have that. You can have it. You can have it too, because this opportunity is the same. You think about it. If you moved from North Carolina or Kansas or Wisconsin, if you move to California, you're going to be expecting a pay increase, right? And if you're not getting a pay increase, well, you're going to have a challenge meeting the cost of living. But if you think about Winnie and Kat, you can earn the same amount of money as someone who lives in Los Angeles. Someone who lives anywhere in the country, the opportunity is available. There's no territories, so you can reach out to everybody you know. When you travel, share the opportunity. Think about what you want. Is it a beautiful Caribbean vacation and just some peace of mind? Is it to just go and buy that handbag that you had never thought you'd be able to buy and not ask anyone else for permission just because you earned it? Is it a car? Is it a nice, comfortable car? Maybe it's not a luxury car. Maybe it's just a sweet new car where you can pick up your kids from school. Or is it relaxation? Is it some peace of mind in life on your own terms? Maybe it's planning for your retirement. Whatever it is, tap into your why. Think about your motivation. I provide the inspiration, and I provide the path to get there. I provide the product. I provide all that. So let me take that on. And what's up to you is to follow the path. Go through the training, get on the forum, use your upline. If your upline is not active, go up. What does that mean? Go above her, go to me if you need help and if you need to know what that means. Follow the 6 weeks to success. Listen to the trainings. Also do the the gift of sponsoring and the other DSWA webinar, which is Big Vision, Smart Systems. Keep it simple. Those are 8 trainings, okay? Stay on the calls. Keep doing what you're doing and book your 6 shows. But the most important thing, ladies, is to stay positive. Is to stay happy and stay positive and stay with me on this journey and just keep on putting one foot in front of the other. And I promise you, I am going to be there cheering you on and making myself positive and happy every day, because that's all we can control. What we can control are our thoughts and our daily actions. Together, we're going to do this, and we're going to make this happen, and we are going to be amazed at what we've done. So thank you for joining me tonight, and I look forward to working with you. Kits are being shipped every day, and if you need anyone, if you want anyone to be on a call with me, I'm happy to do that. We're going to be doing some opportunity calls coming up, so take a look at that. Let me know if you have any questions. Enjoy the rest of your night, and I look forward to building a business with you. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, and have a wonderful night.